I'm Matt Bouchard with NAREIT's REIT.com here in Phoenix, Arizona for REITWise 2015. Joining me is John Divers, the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer of the Community Development Trust. John, thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Matt.
Now, this marks CDT's 15th anniversary. How has the company, as well as the affordable housing market, changed over that time?
Well, Matt, there's been some dramatic changes for both the company and the industry. Since our first capital raise back in 1999 through our last capital raise in 2014, CDT has raised close to $200 million of equity capital in support of our mission to preserve affordable housing across the country. Over this period of time, we've invested in debt and equity transactions that have totaled over $1 billion. We have preserved, we hope, something in the neighborhood of over 35,000 units of affordable housing in 42 states across the country. As far as the markets are concerned, there's been some dramatic events taking place in the housing markets. As most people are aware, the financial crisis of 2007 to 2009 had a dramatic effect throughout the country and throughout the housing markets. During that period, we saw the collapse of a number of investment banks and commercial banks. Two of the largest participants in the mortgage market, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, were put under federal conservatorship. We also saw the virtual halt of transactions in the light tech market. That's the low-income housing tax credit market. Fortunately, since then, the government has taken a number of actions to help resurrect the light tech market. Things are pretty much back to normal at this stage. But the government also continues to come out with new programs which to try to help the affordable housing industry. One of the more exciting programs that recently has come out of HUD in Washington is known as the RAD program. This stands for the Rental Assistance Demonstration Program. This is a program which is trying to preserve rental housing in the U.S. and is allowing properties to convert to the Section 8 program of HUD with long-term contracts. The initial target of the program was to support 60,000 units in affordable housing. Due to the early success, this has now been raised to 185,000 units. CDT is a big supporter of the RAD program, and we recently announced that we'd be giving a $100 million commitment to transactions under the RAD program.
And more recently, looking at the 2014 results, the company's coming off a record earnings year. What drove those results, and how are things shaping up so far in 2015?
2014, Matt, was a record year for CDT's earnings. This was primarily driven by very strong results in both our debt and equity portfolios. Our vacancy rates are at all-time lows. We also saw the acquisition of 3 new properties on the equity side of the business. We recognized our 6th straight award from the CDFI fund, and we also had the syndication of a large portfolio on the debt side. Part of the financing of that debt portfolio came through an award we received from the CDFI fund on the bond guarantee program. 2015 is starting off very well. Our portfolios continue to perform well, and we also are seeing pretty good activity on both the debt and the equity side.
And last year, CDT closed on a $125 million award from the Treasury Department's inaugural round of the CDFI bond guarantee program. How significant was that deal for CDT, and what does it mean for the company now going forward?
Matt, that was a very significant event for CDT. As you know, we received $125 million out of $325, which is the largest award granted in the inaugural round. Since one of our regular challenges is raising funding sources to support our business of preserving affordable housing, the granting of this award provides us with a large amount of long-term capital to continue for the next several years. But in addition to this award, as I mentioned earlier, we also had a capital raise, which was drawn down in 2014 of $54 million. That provides with additional capital. And very recently, we just announced a new partnership with TIAA-CREF. This is a new funding source for us, and we just completed our first transaction with TIAA-CREF to provide funding for $20 million of properties in California.
John, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.